Hi, Miss Cranford, how are you?
I'm fine.
I'm Kirill Resnick. I'm one of your state delegates.
Great. Good to see you.
Democrat Kirill Resnick is a member of the Maryland House of Delegates. Having just won re-election in the Maryland Democratic primary, the Ukrainian-born Resnick is expected to be seated for another 4-year term if he has no Republican opponent to run against him in November's midterm elections. As Resnick goes from door to door handing out leaflets and talking to voters, he's following a traditional practice of American election campaigning.
When a candidate comes to my door and says, and introduces himself and asks for my vote, that personal interaction is very important. I get to ask a question. What do you stand for? What do you plan to do? And he or she gets to tell me. It's wonderful. You know, it's, again, democracy in action.
Primary elections are held so that voters from each party can choose who they want to run for office in a general election. The process winnows out the numerous contenders running for a particular office, be it sheriff, state assembly, governor, or the U.S. Congress.
I think it's incredibly important to participate because you're selecting the individuals that are going to be in the general election. So usually the primaries have a lot more candidates. So if you're not part of selecting who's going to go on to the general, you've lost a big part of your voice. In how your community is going to work, how government's working, how taxes are going to be, what funding will go to schools and public safety and environment.
Maryland is a predominantly Democratic Party state, and Resnick had to compete against 6 other Democrats seeking a seat. For him, personal interaction is key.
I don't raise enough money to go on TV, to have TV commercials. And plus it wouldn't help because I have a very small district. I can do mail, which I do. I can door knock. Those are all great. I can phone call. But after a while, that annoys people too. And so I want to take advantage of opportunities like this because I know these are good. They become surrogates, right? So I talk to them, they get convinced, and then they'll go talk to others. And so they represent me to their family and friends and neighbors.
Most of this year's primary elections are over, but a handful of states will hold primaries in August and September, just weeks before the November midterms. Mariia Prus for VOA News, Maryland.